Hey, boy.
There, hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
Take two.
Yep.
First time, Gerald started talking into a microphone that wasn't on. This is what we call this is what we call a not hot mic, cold mic in the industry.
A cold mic in the biz.
Yeah.
As the boys might say.
Yes. Boys, welcome into the Wine Boys podcast, where you can find us on social media at Wine Boys Pod. Where are you going? Wait, where are you going? What thing are you turning off? Regardless, all right. Boys, we are here in the basement, basement. We're at Wine Boys Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Email suggestions, wineboyspod@gmail.com. We are looking for beats. So bring the beats. We got a couple submissions. Some of them were a little weird. I got like one of those like I don't know, what is it, like kind of like one of those like Bollywood beats, like ching 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 ching. Like it just had a lot of tambourine, like a lot, like an absurd amount of tambourine. Look, I love the tambourine, you know, but it's just too much. So lay off the tambourine. But regardless, I'm at I changed my name. I'm at the Zach Edward on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me at doing some open mic spots coming up this week. Greater Syracuse area comedians. We are loud and you fucking farted.
Yeah, it was bad.
It smells really bad.
Yeah.
Like I was right in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, and I could taste it.
Yeah. Death.
It smells like tacos.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some jupe in here.
Jupe in the atmosphere.
Jupe in the atmosphere. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting. Hey, boys.
I'm done. All I'm tasting is farts and jupe now. So.
Yeah. Hey, boys. Name's Gerald. Some call me Lord Gerald on the internets.
Peace be with you.
You can find me at Twitter and Instagrams under the name Lord Gerald. Otherwise, let's start the motherfucking show. After the illustrious intro,
yeah.
you will hear the word of the boys. We love you. Hi, I'm Gerald.
And I'm Zach.
And we are the Wine Boys. Hey, boys.
Hello, boys.
Good evening, boys.
Hello, boys. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
So, how was your week?
It's been. You never asked that. What's going
we're doing
on?
A thing.
Oh, are we about to have an intervention?
Yeah.
Can we drink wine?
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Let's get started with wine.
What an ass backwards intervention this is.
Because
you should never start with vices. That's like step number 1.
Well, Zach, when you drink, you get out of control.
I do?
Yeah. So because of that, we're going to discuss this over a glass of wine.
I think your process is a little different from the 12-step process, where usually the 12-step process wants you to veer as far away as humanly possible from your vices. Mm-hmm. You like steer right into them.
Well, I believe in baptizing by fire.
Here's the hard wall of reality in life. Here's your car. Hit it.
You know, I believe in baptizing by fire, and I always kind of go by the,
You're doing it wrong already.
I am?
Yeah, just keep that part up.
This part?
Do you want me to do it?
No, I got it.
All right. This is now like week 8 with like this manual. Okay, so you're. Okay, so you got to get down to the second.
Yeah.
There you go, right there. You're good.
Yeah, there
so pull.
Right
so pull in.
Oh,
There you go.
Not quite there yet.
Not there. Perfect.
Oh, there we
are.
Yeah.
Give it a pulley.
So someone is
There you go, and then Bring it up to the second one.
There we go.
See?
Yeah, see, someone's kind of cheap. They always buy fucking Twisty Boys. And, you know, I don't get a lot of practice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, not blaming you. I'm just saying, you know.
I'm saying, like, I'm sorry. I like to buy wine that's corked, you know, like an adult.
Oh.
Yeah. You having a hard time with it?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm getting there.
You gonna talk some shit?
There we go. Got it. What was this? Save Me San Francisco. I just opened it.
You're just like,
didn't even introduce the wine.
You're just like, who gives a shit about this wine? The boys don't need to know about it. I'll just selfishly drink to myself.
All right, so this week we have a Chardonnay. It is called Save Me San Francisco Wine Co. Calling All Angels. It's a 2014 Chardonnay. Good year.
Excellent year. Backstory. Actually, read that, and then you can read it, and then I'll give you the backstory.
Okay, so the label says, "Hey all, Jimmy Stafford here from the band Train. On a warm summer night, after playing a show, I love drinking a great Chardonnay, fruit forward and medium body. This Chardonnay's hint of pineapple aroma and citrus flavors finish smooth with a slight vanilla bean notes. Enjoy with a fresh seafood or a creamy penne. Cheers, Jimmy of Train."
Thanks, Jimmy of Train. Now, Jimmy of Train essentially made me buy this wine. Now, I indirectly believe in coincidences. Here's how it went down. I went to a local liquoria looking to purchase a nice wine. Now, where we are in the world it's now becoming winter. Now, we get winter here 7 months of the year.
Yeah.
We don't do, we're New Yorkers. We don't deal with a lot of good weather. But, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I took a whiff of it, and it's fruity. Yes. Hey, save me, San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's as bright as the Golden Gate. So I go to the local liquoria. I'm bopping around, being a tourist, and they know me there. We're on that level now, where I'm walking in. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Zach. Like, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
So bopping around, and I'm like, all right. I get over to the Shards. They have a couple new ones I haven't seen before, and I pick up this bottle, Save Me San Francisco, and I turn out to the back, and I start reading. As I begin reading, the song "Drops of Jupiter" comes on from the band Train.
Oh.
And it just so happens that this wine is proprieted by the band Train. And I said, well, my mom likes this band. My mom's 50, so I mean, like, middle-aged women definitely love Train.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna deprive Carol from a good glass of Chardonnay. So I was like, looks like I'm buying this tonight. And I was like, too many coincidences. The way the wind was blowing, I was like, I'm gonna buy this one.
Buy the one. Yeah.
All right. This one is incredibly fruit forward. It's from the San Fernando Valley of California.
A lot of porn shot there. Apparently.
They do dirty movies. They do stinky shots down there. So this is Save Me San Francisco, Calling All Angels Chardonnay.
Okay.
Yeah, Angels, California.
Hey.
Makes sense.
I get it. I didn't.
I'll go. 100% Chardonnay. Taste characteristics, bold.
Okay.
Towing the line between dry and sweet and acidic. Fruit forward with lots of pineapple and vanilla, citrus, lime, and a little bit of mango as well.
Okay.
I bought this wine for $7.99 sale price. Typically goes between $8.99 and $10.99. So a lot of coincidences brought me to a bum wine price of $7.99.
Big deal report.
Okay, so I'm giving this a little sniffy, and
okay,
it is
very fruity.
A lot of pineapple. That's the first. It is like.
It has a very golden color.
Yeah, it's more cognizant of a like Moscato that has like that deep yellow color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of it as like you need to drink a little more water.
Yeah.
Pea color.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but he's not wrong. Get into the light.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Let's cheers.
Let's balance it out. It's okay.
It's kind of like that scene in Liar Liar where Jim Carrey has sex with a woman, and Jim Carrey can't tell a lie. He's laying in bed with her, and she looks at him. She says, "Oh, how's that for you?" And he says, "I've had better."
And then he has that shocked look on his face. Only the way that Jim Carrey can do it.
Yeah.
That silly goof. You silly, silly goof. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I've definitely had better Chardonnays. It's a lot lighter than I thought, considering the way that they were describing its boldness. It's very, very easy drinking. Typically, when you bring over a bottle of Chardonnay, you know, you're bringing in that like hard statement of I like my wine to taste like the forest, and I'm having Chardonnay, and it's like usually woodsy and oaky. You don't get any of that. I'm assuming it doesn't say how this is casted. I'm assuming it's done in glass or steel, probably steel, just kind of based on the way California does Chardonnays a lot more. Yeah, this new okay. The boys have our finger on the pulse of the wine industry nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
I think 2020 is going to be a big year for unoaked Chardonnay.
I think you're right.
I really do.
I mean, as of right now, for me, this wine is...
Rosés have been like really pushing the market like the last couple of years. I think 2020, big year, unoaked Chardonnays.
It might be. Right now, this isn't...
Keep your ears to the streets, boys.
This isn't hitting me very hard. I mean...
Yeah.
I had my wisdom teeth pulled about 2 days ago now.
This is why we're recording on Wednesday.
Instead of Tuesday. My mouth hurts. This is feeling thick in the back
Gerald's
of my
been on
mouth.
Molly and Percocets. Like, he's just been...
This is not enjoyable. Sorry, boys.
It's not great. I had 4 taken out when I was a youngin'. They were impacted, so they had to like put me to sleep and rip them out of my face. It's awesome.
Well, mine, the dentist basically said, well...
Did he numb you and pull them out?
He numbed me. He gave me laughing gas and an IV.
And just...
They told me you probably won't remember this. I remember the whole thing.
You probably won't remember this, and you're just like, you wake up, and you're just like, I remember everything.
Yeah, I didn't even go to sleep.
Oh,
I was up the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, they gave you like the sedation stuff through the IV. Like okay, we're cool.
And then they're
kind of floaty. Yeah,
like the dental hygienist like walked me to the car, like holding me up, and I'm like, I'm okay to walk. She was like, yeah, he's probably going to feel drunk. And I'm like, I mean, I've drank before.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I've drank way more than what you just gave me. And I feel fine.
Yeah,
so
like, I've drank enough to kill you.
Yeah. You trying to die, bitch? Like,
yeah. We can take you to the dark end.
Yeah.
So.
I'm about to show you some real shit.
But yeah, I even said, so my mom took me. I was like, Mom, you want me to drive? Like.
Gonna die today.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm fine. It's like... Here's the thing. I got to get you at least around the corner, and then I'll let you drive.
Yeah, it's just, like really, like I really feel okay.
I've had outpatient surgeries where I just drove.
Yeah,
my mom was there to pick me up. I was like, I kind of just want to drive.
Yeah, like I'm fine.
She's like, I'll take you around the corner.
And they're just like, you really shouldn't drive. I'm like, do you know how much millennials drink?
Yeah,
like this is nothing.
Yeah. I take 2 Percocets, and I'm fine. Like I can still drive. I know they warn against it, but
yeah. Well, even then, like they prescribed hydrocodone for me,
which is it's cut with Tylenol.
Yeah,
the Hydro 3s.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're just like, well, just take one, and I took it, and I was like,
it's fine. It
didn't do anything.
It tickles you a little bit, like you feel a little light, like you feel a little airy, but it's not like anything that's like,
No, I didn't feel anything. It didn't even take the pain away. And I was like, man. Honestly, I can just take ibuprofen and be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm
those
just
Percocets,
sitting there,
man, they're fucking.
Like, give me the good shit.
Man, they slap. Like, it's just.
And then I was like, well, I could take another, but then I'm like, it's hydrocodone.
What is it? Every 8 hours with those? Or every
6.
Yeah. See, if your pain meds are every 6 hours, they're weak as shit.
Okay.
Like you need a full day before you can take another one. Just like Percocet, 12 hours. It's like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, these were like every 6. And I was just like...
The way I go with like the strength of my drugs, as far as like after surgery, like I didn't take... There was one surgery that I had where like I had complications like a week after. So I was popping Percocets like they were candy. Whew. And they gave me 30, and I was like, I'm not knocking. I'm like, who's... I'm not going to not take these.
Yeah.
So I did, and I was just legit in pain every day.
Uh-huh.
And I take them, and I feel fine, and 4 hours later, I'm just like fucking in pain again.
Uh-huh.
It just happened over and over and
Yeah,
over.
because I don't know much about like these pain medications, but I
Yeah.
just see hydrocodone, and I'm like, all right, that's an opiate.
Yep,
So as
they're
soon
all
as I
opiates,
see
yep.
like, okay,
Very addictive.
I could take 2, but I'm like, yeah, I don't want to suck a dick for these. So
I don't want to get to the point where I'm taking 4 a day and just being like, I'm not going to get my next fix, you know?
right.
But I took my full prescription one time, and it was just, I knew the surgery was like, the surgery didn't work. I needed to go get another surgery. And I was just in so much pain that I was like, I will literally do anything to not be in pain.
Okay.
So I was just like, these are here, I'm taking them. The last one I had was like, I think I just ran out of the script. Like, and it was, and I got it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, well, that's done.
So no more fun.
Yeah.
You ever take any of those drugs like party favors?
Like at a party?
Yeah.
I have before, yeah.
Okay.
But not like, but I wasn't taking them like, I wasn't doing that and drinking. Like I wasn't.
Okay.
Like, I'm not a fucking idiot.
It's
I'm
like
not-
one
yeah.
or the other.
Yeah. Like I would hang out, like in college a little, but I wasn't like doing it a ton. Like one time, we came over. It's like boys' night, so we're just like, it's a Thursday. We're playing video games. And someone's like, "You want some painkillers?" I'm like, "Shit, yeah, let's do it." Okay. Like I'm not gonna snort. I'm like you fucking psycho. I'll just take it. I'll take it orally.
Take it the way the good Lord intended.
Yeah, I'll let my liver process it. It won't die yet. So, yeah, but shit like that, like pop Percocets, like Tic Tacs.
Okay.
But
One perk.
yeah, go perk that shit.
I mean, I get the shakes. I don't get perk.
Yeah, it's like I ain't an addict. It's like okay,
All right, buddy.
yeah. Usually, when you shake for drugs, that's an addiction.
Yes.
Typically, and I'm not a doctor, but most documentaries that I've seen with like artists that shake, they are jonesing for drugs.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, and the fact that you are shaking right now,
Yeah.
slapping your pockets like they owe you money. Yeah,
I don't know, man. Need perk.
it's like okay, shit.
I don't know. Something about heroin though in music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heroin's a hell of a drug.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, heroin saved a lot of marriages. Really did.
Prevented divorces, right?
Well, yeah, like if you had a fiance, she saw you doing heroin, you're like, I'm fucking done, and it's just like, whew.
Woo. That's that bullet.
Yeah, that was going to be an expensive wedding.
Yeah.
So yeah, heroin's good for some things. Healthy alternative to other stuff.
Yeah.
Because depends. Like orally, it just goes through your liver, so it's going to be taken down that way. Really, just any huffing it, sucking it in, taking it through the nose.
Heroin?
Yeah, I mean, how are you doing?
Shoot it.
Shoot it. Yeah. So it goes right to the
People
bloodstream.
shoot it.
Yeah.
Some people smoke it.
The crazy people smoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, you got to figure it out.
All right. So this week I saw something interesting on Twitter.
Oh, really? On Twitter? No.
On Twitter. So apparently,
You're trying to tell me that somebody had an opinion on Twitter? No. Come on.
rapper and human thesaurus T.I.
I do love
had a interesting parenting
human
quip
thesaurus.
about his daughter, and I'll read the quote.
Yeah, do like the Reader's Digest version.
Okay.
Yeah, I need
And he said,
just little snippets.
So, is this one time we go? I think this might have been after his 16th birthday. This is what we do.
T.I. is Southern, if you guys didn't know.
T.I. is from Atlanta,
yeah,
Georgia,
yeah.
and I'm doing his accent,
His Southern accent.
his Southern drawl.
Yes.
Okay, and this is what he
Playing
says.
T.I. Playing Tip Harris is Father Onassis, everybody. Father Onassis is here.
Okay,
Thank you for coming,
So
Father.
anyway. So, it is this one time we go. I think this might be after her 16th birthday. This is what we do. Right after the birthday, we celebrate, he said. Usually like the other day, like the day after the party, she's enjoying the gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Gano tomorrow, 9:30. So we'll go down, sit at the doctor, the doctor will come and talk, and the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. He's like, sir, I have to in order to share information. And I'm like, Deja, they want you to sign this so we can share information. Is there anything you wouldn't want me to know? See, Doc, no problem. And so then they come and say, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken, like bike riding, athletics, horseback riding, and other forms of athletic physical activity. So I say, look, Doc, she don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports. Just check the hymen and give me back my results expeditiously.
That's such a southern word. Yeah. Post haste, would you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about T.I. taking his daughter on her birthday to get her virginity
it's a power
checked
move. Like
every year?
Dynamic of the household is definitely in T.I.'s favor. His daughter lives in fear under his roof, as she should, because I believe that's good parenting.
Deja, is there anything you want to tell me? Or anything you don't want me to know?
So what's the power dynamic going to be about when your daughter's 16 years old?
I'm not going to do
Are
this.
you taking her to the gyno for routine hymen checks?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
This is a lot here.
It's like you're taking her to the garage to look, we got to go take a look under the hood. I want to see if there's any problems.
Which the doctor
I want to see if any problems have arisen.
Which the doctor is right, is like the hymen isn't the perfect way of knowing that a girl has lost her virginity or not. Because they can break for a variety of reasons.
It's a very, it's not an exact science behind the act.
Yeah. And even then, first time having sexual intercourse, it might not break.
Yeah, you don't know.
So yeah, it's not an exact science.
Well, T.I.'s got a power dynamic in his house, and right now he's the alpha, and he's making sure that his daughter lives slightly in fear of anything that she does.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know. Like,
he's the gun-shining dad. Like,
that's too much,
man. Hey, this is Troy. Troy is going to take me to the movies. I just got to go run upstairs and grab my wallet. I'll be back. And he's just like, Troy, you ever seen a gun rack before? Actually, let's go downstairs. You know what? I have a few. And he just opens up. Now Tip obviously has made a lot of money during his illustrious rap career. That he doesn't have a gun rack. He has a gun room. So he just like walks in. And
it is documented. T.I. has a small arsenal.
Yeah, he has a what was it? What was that lyric? He's a rubber band man. He's wild as the Taliban. 9 in my right with a 45 in my other hand.
Yeah,
and I think that's loosely based on literally that entire room.
Yeah.
But he has guns the size of Little Bow Wow. That's 50. That's 50. I cite my work. Curtis Jackson. Just so we know.
I would like to show you my phone.
I like to show you my game room.
I call this one Lucille. She never leaves my side.
Are you catching my drift?
And if you hurt my baby girl, you will get very intimate with Lucille.
You and Lucille are going to have a conversation.
A certain arrangement will be made between you and my confidant, Lucille. You have to use big words for like no reason.
Big like. So now the thing about also, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm like an expert on like the speech of a certain part of a country or a certain part of the United States. I know Southerners typically, by nature, speak slowly and use big words. That's just kind of their thing. Like they're like, I have to declare indubitably that like
Most indubitably.
Yeah,
What does
it-
that mean, by the way?
I still have no idea.
I'm going to Google this.
There's a lot of big words that are used in movies that are like themed down south, are like a lot of old westerns too, and they just start throwing out like old English shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say? Like, but like, yeah, indubitably. I do declare, like, it's just a lot of. That's a very like deep south, like Alabama. Type of, I do declare.
Indubitably
Yeah.
means without a doubt.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's just,
by the way-
without a doubt.
By the way,
Indubitably.
here's how you spell it, by the way.
It's probably not how you would think, right?
No. It's INDUBITABLY.
Oh, it is L-Y.
It is, yeah.
Huh. Fuck if I know.
Indubitably, according to dictionary.com. It means that cannot be doubted,
He who cannot be
patently
doubted.
evident or certain, unquestionable. Most indubitably.
This is without a doubt, indubitably,
Yeah.
the reason why this man must be convicted of murder.
But yeah, would I be testing my daughter's virginity? No.
I hope you wouldn't.
No, I mean,
Given-
I hope to have the kind of
By
relationship
that,
with my daughter
by
where we
that
can talk.
year, which will be like in the 2030s, I would think that things would get to the point. Shit, man, you might get to the point where you can just like start scanning. Like you're just like,
Yeah, but
why don't you go through? Here, walk through this metal detector / X-ray machine so I can see what's going on. And
Yeah,
she
but
walks
I
through, and
don't-
it's like seems like everything's
No,
working just tip top.
I would hope that I have a relationship with my daughter where we can talk about things, and hopefully I have educated her enough that if she is out there fucking, at least she is protecting herself. She's
Okay.
using contraception. She's on the pill. You know, if you want to get your sniz pounded, go ahead. Just be safe about it.
Yeah.
No?
That's going to be the dynamic between your wife and you, because I think both of you have to have that conversation. Wife comes in, she's just like she starts with like the woman stuff. You know, had my first period, had this. All right, this is how you do these things. This is how I take care of myself.
Yeah.
And then she's going to be like, I got to talk to Dad about something. And then you're going to come in and she'll be like, so James at school today asked me if I wanted to have sex behind the bleachers, and you'd be like, "Why don't you take a seat?" Like, and it'll be like real, and you're gonna be blunt and honest because that's all you know how to be. Like, honey, I know it's scary, and here's the thing: back in my day, in the '90s, which is 40 years ago now, which is
I didn't have sex in the 90s.
yeah, but
I mean,
still, okay. So,
yeah.
but in the '90s,
back in the early 2000s.
Back in the early 2000s, which is now also 30 years ago, we had this thing developing called the internet. Now, the internet would give us many different ways of discovering what sexual activity.
Oh, you mean Gornet? Yeah, it was renamed in 2025.
Renamed in 2020. Regardless, Gornet. Also, there was this wild scientific study that was done that involved birds and bees, and I gotta be honest, like that shit doesn't really work with this conversation. So here's what's gonna happen: do you want to have sex with James? you're just gonna be like real honest. You'd be like, I don't know, I'm scared. It's like, okay, and that's fine. Here's a couple of things. If James pressures you, you tell me. I'm gonna kick his ass, and then secondly,
beat his fucking ass.
I'm gonna beat his ass until he wants to die, and then I'm gonna ask him if he wants to die,
and then
I'm
if
gonna
he
hit him
talks shit
again.
about, and then if he says some shit about calling his daddy, I'm gonna tell him, bring your fucking pussy ass daddy over here, and I'll stomp a mud hole in his ass too.
Yeah.
Your brothers, your grandmama, your mama, I don't give a fuck. They can all get it.
By the way,
I digress.
By the way, I digress. Couple things about your daddy: 0-turn mowers are for pussies. Just so I let you know. Use a push mower. Put a flashlight on it. Don't be a bitch. Okay. I digress. I'm sorry. I saw him pull it out of the garage. I got upset. I digress.
So with that being said,
with that being said, And then you're just going to start going in. If you want to get your sniz pounded,
Just call it a sniz.
just like don't use words. Just start using like slang. Start using adjectives. Like, like if you want to, if you want your hoosker to get.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with letting the boy put his hoo-hoo dilly in your cha-cha.
Listen, if you want to go play whack-a-mole behind behind the boys' locker room, be my guest. But at the same time, put a raincoat on it and tell James, I swear to G, if he does anything to my baby girl that involves me having to have an awkward conversation with the doctor, he will not be alive tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Okay? Is that understood?
Just remember, 1, I ain't ready to be a grandpa yet. I'm too young and sexy. 2, I'll probably say
me and your mom are still
like
fucking on the regular. Would you relax for a second?
Grandpas ain't fucking on the regs. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
But dads are.
Yep, daddy's fucked. So anyway, listen. I'm too young and sexy to be a grandpa. So wear a damn condom and take your damn pill.
Okay.
2.
Don't make me check.
2. Be safe. Also, remember, with boys, they have this mentality. I know. Fourth wave feminism. Whatever. At this point, it's going to be like right now we're in third wave feminism.
I was about to say.
At this point, we're going to be in
might be like fifth wave at that point.
I know. Eighth wave feminism. Listen.
We've had 4 more waves before this point.
5 more waves before this. Yeah.
Is anybody not aware of how much feminism's around?
I get it. Okay. 8th wave feminism, okay?
It's okay.
But
I'm fine with
certain things hold true. A lot of boys go by this credo. Why buy the cow when the milk is free? Don't fuck the boy before he develops feelings for you. Well, Daddy, how do I know he's developed feelings for me? I'll tell you how. It is very, very obvious when a guy is into you. Very obvious. It's super obvious.
This is when you're going to start doing this he's just not that into you thing?
I mean, that's part of it.
I read this book. He's just not that into you?
It is true, though, that, when a guy is into a girl, he is going to go through hell or high water to talk to her. Doesn't matter.
He's taking trains. He's he's driving across states.
He's texting you all the time. Yeah. He's calling you when he gets a chance. When a guy's into you, he shows it. It's very, very clear.
Oh, it's late. That's fine. If he starts saying a lot of that kind of shit, he obviously
If you invite him over and he's just kind of like, it's kind of late. I'm kind of tired.
He's just not.
He's not that into you. Or if you're texting him that shit. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm coming right over. It doesn't matter.
What time is it? Who gives a fuck? It's just
whatever.
He doesn't even
doesn't
look at
matter. Yeah.
It's midnight. That's fine. It just becomes dumb behavior. But that's the thing is men, we are just dumb, stupid fucking mammals. And we just all, we're
programmed.
We're programmed to just, huh? What? Oh, yeah, sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the stupid dog hanging out the window, just being like, "Oh, just take me outside."
Yeah, and you're looking like a delicious hunk of meat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do whatever we got to do to get to you.
I'm looking particularly fuckable today.
Yeah, and that's probably what I'll tell my daughter. If a guy really wants to be with you, and here's how you'll know. He's going to make it very clear that he wants to be with you.
We're not coy enough to hide it.
No, guys are not. They're not that sophisticated. No. It's straight up
our hard drives are very bare bones. We are the stock model of any computer.
Absolutely.
We're just you know what? 4 gigs of RAM, fuck it. That's fine. I'll figure it out later.
Or as I think Jeff Foxworthy once said it best. Men are bottle rockets. Women are rocket ships. Mm-hmm. We're not that complicated.
And I got to tell you, I'm not a big Jeff Foxworthy fan, but that analogy really works in this situation.
Yeah. If a man wants to be with you, he is going to do whatever he has to do to make sure that shit's going to happen.
Sold out the Grand Old Opry. He has some clout.
Yeah.
More clout than I can say.
Right.
But for now.
So, if a guy's not doing all that shit, he's not that into you.
I understand,
and if you do give him the pussy and he's just not that into you, there's a
distinct
very,
possibility
very good
he
chance
may never speak to you again.
Yeah. He's going to come and go.
Yeah. Why can't I get a guy to call me back?
I'm because you fucked him.
Because you fucked too early.
It might not even be too early. It's just you fucked him and you shouldn't have.
Why are we doing Loveline right now?
I don't
I
know.
just realized that we're slipping into like old shows from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Leave it to the professionals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Although we're both in long-term relationships.
Yeah, I mean, okay, because of today's society, everyone's an expert in something because they've been doing it for more than 5 minutes. Like that's kind of how society is today.
I mean,
if you know how to work a video camera or an iPhone, and can speak sentences fluently, you're an expert in whatever you do.
Oh no, you're exactly right.
So technically, based on like our lines of work, like we're experts in this field.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've been doing it for more than like, we both been in our jobs for like both over 5 years.
Yeah,
like we're fucking legends at this point. Like if somebody says like you're an expert in this, I'll be like, I am.
Of course.
I definitely know more than him, and that guy. But in all reality, the way that people, that's such a like that thing. Okay, we're not now. Here comes my soapbox.
Okay.
There's so many armchair experts. Mm-hmm. I kind of wanted to just like call this podcast just like armchair experts. Like,
okay.
Like that's today's podcast. Armchair experts. Okay. Where like just because you do something a lot. Like doesn't necessarily mean you know like everything about it. Like I drive a car every day. I don't know how to fix a car.
But you can drive it.
I can drive the shit out of it. Absolutely. Reverse, drive, sometimes neutral, and whatever. If it's icy, sometimes neutral. I know what I'm doing. You want me to change my oil? I'll pay somebody.
Okay.
Just pay somebody. It's fine. But like. The internet has made this thing where like everybody can be an expert in something, and most of the time it's very medial shit, and it's like a lot of stuff that like isn't that it's like not that big of a deal, but the person that's selling it makes it like a big deal.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like a huge thing. Like Instagram's a great example. Okay. Women with attributes.
Yes.
Okay. They're selling attributes.
Yeah. Women like.
But I get that. But what else? You know what I mean? Like nobody really asked that question because we're like I said, our hard drives. We don't got a lot of space.
No, not at all.
Between my fantasy football team and remembering to take out the garbage, I don't know. I mean, how much more you want me to remember?
Right.
Oh shit! I forgot to record that show. I was thinking about the garbage and that thing I saw on Instagram.
So women like this, for example.
Yeah, just thirsty, cloudy. Cloudy with a chance of
searching.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah.
I'm writing that one down.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Meatballs being stupid guys, just real fucking stupid. Now, do I envy that woman? Absolutely not. She's got something she's selling. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
She's selling attributes. Now, my attributes are mostly the spoken word.
Okay.
Hence why we're speaking into a microphone.
Exactly.
I feel like we have our attributes to society is, are we experts with anything in particular? Certain things. I think
some things we know very well.
We do know some things very well.
Yeah.
If somebody says you're a podcast expert, technically.
I guess.
Technically, yeah. I mean.
I guess. I feel like we're still learning, but I guess.
I mean, everyone's on a learning. If you're not learning every day, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm sure that was on a TED Talk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. There's nothing, I mean, volume is unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I get what you're saying. So, but do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like today, like society today, like you make money by the existence of something. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and go, all right, what do I got? What do people want to see?
Right. And
what
sex
do they
sells.
Want to see? Yeah, well, yeah. The sex has been selling since fucking the 70s, baby.
Longer than that, man.
Well, the 70s is really when,
Longer, man.
Well, that was the spike of the porn industry. Like, really, it was like the 70s was
Yeah,
like,
but-
Boogie Nights.
And prior to that,
really
I mean,
fucking,
prostitution,
you
like,
know?
it's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Hell, we were listening to Rudy Ray Moore not too long ago.
So
Talking about pimping. Just,
I got to watch that movie this weekend.
yeah, watch
Can you-
Dolemite. It was really good.
Yeah, I was going to say, turn the boys onto it. I know it's a
Yeah, yeah.
Netflix movie, but like it's...
Yeah, so Eddie Murphy actually released a movie on Netflix. It's an R. Now, before you boys start groaning, fucking
another PG-13
fucking daddy daycare, whatever.
Big Mama's house.
Yeah.
That's not even
That's
Eddie
Martin
Murphy.
Lawrence.
That's
But
Martin
anyway.
Lawrence. But same category.
R-rated
PG,
comedy
yeah. Always
by
good.
Eddie Murphy, and it's the story of Rudy Ray Moore. Now, Rudy Ray Moore, for those of you that don't know, created a character called Dolemite. And basically, Rudy Ray Moore is essentially the godfather of rap. So he would get on stage, he'd tell these stories, they would rhyme, and they're really funny, they're rhythmic.
More poetry slam style.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
not like he's rapping over music. Like he's not rhyming over a track. Like he's piecing words together that are essentially it's a story.
Yeah, and he's
But it's
essentially
poetic,
telling
yeah.
stories of the streets.
Long form poetry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's street poetry.
Yeah, and there's stories about, pimping, about drugs, about
It's good shit.
the man, and it's hilarious.
That's the thing. It's like I feel like considering that like I watch a lot of like comedy, and also too like the black exploitation stuff. I love like the Black Dynamites of the world and all of that shit. It's so funny to me.
Yeah,
because
that's actually a spoof of black exploitation, though. Black Dynamite.
So but it's like spoofing it, but also it's like it overemphasizes everything.
Yes.
The overemphasis of it. That's why, like, when we were talking about like Undercover Brother that one time, like they overemphasize like every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which makes it funny.
Well, and what was interesting though is essentially they're making fun of the genre because you had a lot of black exploitation movies that came out in the 70s.
70s especially. Yeah.
Shaft, Superfly, The Mac.
Correct.
And
God,
all of these movies
The Mac is such an underrated movie.
Oh my God.
And it's like it's just so. Some of them are like so bad that they're good.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, but the OG Shaft, so good. The Mac, definitely worse, but like still good.
Superfly was
Superfly was that?
It was okay.
Yeah.
The soundtrack
Did you see
was
the
honestly
new one?
way better. I didn't watch the new one.
Who's in it? I don't see. I thought it was somebody famous, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch it, but yeah,
Heard
like
it was
these
pretty
movies
good,
are
whatever. But
yeah. But the original Superfly was okay, but the soundtrack was way better.
the soundtrack bangs.
I mean, the
of course.
soundtrack was a Curtis Mayfield album,
I mean, hey, listen,
which is a fucking classic.
yeah. As an Irish white man, I have to say that shit slaps. It really does. It makes me tap my toes.
It
and
slaps. A real slapper.
Yeah, makes me tap my toes and snap my fingers.
Yeah.
No.
But what's great though about Dolemite is really the story behind it. Is basically how Rudy Ray Moore was told no so many times, and he worked so hard to create something that people really, really loved, and then
why don't you get yourself some more wine?
might. So anyway,
Oh, what's wrong? You're not really feeling?
no, I'm not feeling the wine. So anyway,
You don't like it at all?
he was basically told like,
Can you pour one out for me
sure.
for the gram?
Sure. He was told no so many times. Eventually, he said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to get some money together, and I'm going to record this album in my own apartment. And then he went out. He got a distribution deal for himself, started selling albums. And then from there, he was like, this movie we just saw, him and his friends went to see a movie. And they were like, that movie was terrible. I can make something better than that. No idea what he's doing. He decides to make a movie.
Bam.
Goes and gets the movie, after being turned down by pretty much every motion picture studio in the country pretty much, he decides to go and start putting the movie in theaters himself. He'll go to a theater, pay the theater how much, he gets all the ticket sales, but somehow the movie actually starts getting reviewed by critics, and it gets on the charts. And from there, he actually gets a motion picture deal and makes millions off of this. I think it cost about $100,000 to make the first movie. It netted $12 million. Yeah,
And then that
in the
day,
70s.
I was saying
yeah,
in 1970. I mean, geez.
yeah, it was in like 76.
That's like
or some
100 million
shit like
today.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, which by standards is not really a lot of money considering how much how much budget goes into like these movies.
right,
You know, these are $100 million budget movies,
right.
and they make $600 million. They're like, well, we could have done better. Like, you
Yeah.
made 6 times the amount of what you put into it,
Right.
And you're still being like, well, after I pay this guy and this guy, that's the thing that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I just found this funny. I was either on a podcast or I was
Mm-hmm.
reading an article about the way that movie distribution works as far as like studio contracts,
Mm-hmm.
and then how they pay out based on the positions that they're in. Like
Mm-hmm.
Key Grips are making like $90K. And just to stand there and make sure that like the wind doesn't hit someone's hair the wrong way.
Really?
Yeah, just chilling. I was just like, Jesus. Then after
Wow.
after they cut all the payouts of like the basically the base of each of the actors that are in the movie, they're getting $1.5 million each. You know, or a lot of them are making like a base $3 million, and then they also get a cut of like merchandise and fucking
Yeah.
you know whatever else they make with it.
But then you have the
That's why
like,
Dwayne Johnson's worth $1 bajillion.
Oh, yeah,
because he
well-
merchandises on everything.
that, and also, dude doesn't get out of bed for less than $20 million.
Yeah, but like all the movies that he does are the same concept,
Oh yeah.
high budget, action thriller, usually involving some type of natural disaster or giant animal.
Or fast car.
Or a fast car.
Yep.
Or old board game, now video game series.
Yep.
Jumanji in theaters soon.
Simple concept.
This is the part in the show where we got to take a quick time out. Jumanji, whatever the second name of the movie is coming out in November, and just go see it. No.
Yeah.
Hard ad read there. But yeah, so I mean the guy. But that's the thing is like, you know, your reputation precedes itself.
Absolutely.
The guy. I mean, I don't think I've ever like went to a Dwayne Johnson movie and was like, not tonight. I'm always just like, I'll check that shit out.
Yeah,
I watched
of
Rampage like a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, I think I'd like it. It was okay. I mean, it was what it was. Big animals beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
In a small confined space. It's like, all right.
What's the? I didn't see that, but I did see the one recently where there was a tower that was falling, and he only had one leg.
Wasn't it just called like Tower? It had like a skyscraper.
It was skyscraper.
It was literally
That's
just called
what it was.
skyscraper.
It was a giant building that was falling,
What are
and
those
there was
giant
some
buildings in the sky that
Yeah.
like can scrape the sky
It's-
because they're so high? Oh, skyscraper?
Yeah, massive building. There's a fire. The building's collapsing. Somehow, like some crime syndicate is involved, and he has to escape from the building. And
What's her face is in that movie I was like, whatever happened to what's her name? And then she ended up like popping up in that movie, and I was like, oh shit, there she is.
shit, she made a $250 million
Probably,
for this.
you know. They're like,
And now she's gonna fade back into
yeah,
obscurity.
You
for,
haven't made a movie in 17 years. Did I mention Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's in this? Oh God, get me in that movie. Anything you can do. All right, skyscraper.
Yeah. I don't know.
Neve Campbell.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't. Yeah, Scream. Neve Campbell.
Oh yeah, Nev Campbell.
yeah,
yeah.
Sidney Prescott. Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus. Do you know nothing?
I know nothing at all. But yeah, like in watching these movies, you're like, okay, they paid Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson $48 million to be in it.
Yeah.
Of course, it did extremely well in China. That's what they're banking on.
His international appeal is bananas. He's a bigger star in China than he is here, and he's a huge star here.
Huge star here,
Yeah.
if that's even possible.
Yeah, but he's
How many Instagram followers does The Rock have? You follow him, right?
37 million.
Let's see. Let's check.
It's a lot. Yeah, I follow him. The Rock is a fucking
I
inspiration.
mean, he's just a big,
Guy's a fucking inspiration. If he ran
handsome
if
Samoan
he ran for
man.
president out of the blue tomorrow, I say yes.
Yeah, he just not participating in any of the debates. He has 161 million Instagram followers.
It's more than it was yesterday.
Yeah. It's,
Could you imagine? Listen to this scenario. Imagine like Dwayne Johnson as presidential elect, and his vice president is Kim Kardashian.
God.
and everyone's just like, sure,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, let's do it.
Oh shit! But imagine that though. Like,
He almost ate the mic.
imagine that though. Like, let's say I don't know, tomorrow, Dwayne Johnson just gets on TV. He says, "You know what? I don't like what's going on in this country. I think we're heading in the wrong direction. I decided to throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to run for president of the United States."
Literally does not matter who else is on that Democratic Party.
It does not matter.
Does not matter. He
He's
wins.
participated in none of the events. I mean, think about it. Who are you going to vote for? Elizabeth Warren?
No,
Bernie Sanders?
I don't know.
Had a heart attack.
Yeah, Larry.
Okay. Pete Buttigieg?
I was going to say Larry David with a bad heart. I don't know if I
Yeah,
could do it. Like,
You voting for Pete Buttigieg?
I have such a hard
Beto
time saying.
O'Rourke?
He's out.
Yeah, he's out
Yeah,
now. Kamala Harris?
No.
Or you voting for Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Oh, absolutely. It's just that's the thing, though. It's like there are those. Now, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your hard Democrat voters are usually younger millennials that like make the change and like make a difference.
Yeah.
So they'll like flock to the booth and they'll be like, "What is Dwayne Johnson gonna do for us?" It's like, does it really fucking matter? Like,
No.
we elected Donald Trump 4 years ago, and the most political like acumen that he had was firing people on The Apprentice. Like, that's his version of politics.
That and tweeting about shit.
Exactly. Having an opinion.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson barely has an opinion. The only opinion he has is, I like the color of my shoes. Thanks for that. Like, that's...
Uh-huh. And to be honest, if you look at his social media, by the way,
He's always got that Coke grin. Just
well, that and also like never offends anybody.
Yeah.
Never takes a harsh stance on anything.
Yeah, because he's smart.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Dwayne, like, you literally don't, like, you can probably say something dramatic and
Yeah.
people would be like, I'm
voting for
about
you.
it, about it.
Dwayne, how do you feel about police brutality? Well, I mean, there's a lot going on there with that situation.
Like, yeah.
However, I need you guys to remember that my good friend Kevin Hart is going through a lot right now. And I wish you a speedy recovery. And Jumanji 2 is going to be in theaters this Christmas.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
It's always like, all right, me. I'm pushing my shit. Like,
Yep,
listen,
that's it.
No politics, no politics. All right?
There's no politics.
This is the
involved,
project I'm
nothing.
working on.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my project. Please go see my project. Thank you. Good night. He's
Just
in
like
and out.
general blanket statement.
This is why he doesn't host any award shows
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. General
They
blanket
ask him to
statement.
host award shows all the fucking time.
And he turns them
he's
down.
Like,
No.
nah. People are gonna ask me to do jokes. Like, I'm funny, but like,
Yeah.
no politics. No.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
doing
want to toe
that.
the line.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Like, he's the most. I'm trying to think of the right word. He's like the most famous. Not like what's a good like what's a non-pot stir like what's the like he's I guess he's the most passive famous person
Yeah.
maybe ever.
Yeah.
And the
he
thing
just
is,
comes
though,
off as a really nice guy.
I know that's the thing though, is that like the only time that he ever said anything that was like remotely like towing the line was when he was a professional wrestler.
Actually, bring
and
this
that
back
shit
to
was
wrestling. though.
written for him. Like,
Well, bring this back to wrestling. Did The Rock ever break kayfabe? To this point, has he ever broken kayfabe?
what do you mean? Like when he's in the ring?
No.
Like,
I mean,
guess,
outside of the ring, like,
is he always
because-
The Rock? Like,
yeah,
he's the The Rock, the character.
yeah.
Is just Dwayne Johnson now. Like, he is himself all the time.
But
He's just a more smiley, like happy version of it.
because if you remember him as a wrestler, as The Rock, like peak, like rock, like late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
The Rock was an asshole.
But that's how he got himself
Yeah.
over. Like, everyone's just
But
like.
you just remember like the character
Do you
himself.
remember like the incarnation of The Rock? Like, do you remember like there's I mean, obviously me being the wrestling historian that I am, but like when he first came in, so he comes from a long lineage of professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
His father
On
was
both
Rocky,
sides of his
his
family.
father was Rocky Johnson, who was a big player in the 70s. Then he has the Hapa and Sika, who were the Samoan tag team that was like, would work for Vince's dad back in the day. So he has relations to the High Chief Peter Maivia, who was like this.
I think that's his grandfather.
Yes.
On his mother's side.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what they did is they basically took the best parts of Peter Maivia and Rocky Johnson, came together and merged this character that was Rocky Maivia. So they basically were just like, all right, here he is. So they kind of made him, white meat chicken baby face, like very like, hey, smiley. And I got this big baby blue outfit, and they kind of have like this Samoan tribal garb on. And,
Yeah.
And he comes out, he makes his debut, this is 96, and he is just not connecting with anybody.
No.
Any crowd does not give a flying fuck about him. They're
And
like,
at the same time, this is the beginning of the Attitude Era.
it's just as we're about to turn up the volume, because this is like right when like Steve Austin wins King of the Ring, and then he cuts that ridiculous promo where it's just like you can thump your Bible and say John 3:16, but Austin 3:16 said, "I just whipped your ass." It's like holy shit. That's on pay-per-view. As a 6-year-old, I was like, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's when I started swearing, really. I was like, Steve Austin told me to do it. But like, that's the thing. But like, then the aha moment was like, he was at an event and people had signs that said, "Die, Rocky, die." And it's just like, oh my God, they're burying him. And he's just, there's no connection. So then it's just like, if there's a guy that's just not connecting with the audience, is like a good guy, you got to make him bad, and you got to do it quick and swiftly. So they had this perfect angle. They worked him into the Nation of Domination, which was perfect because it was like the heel faction at the time, and it's led by Farouk, who's Ron Simmons, who's a bad motherfucker. Watch old Ron Simmons matches from like the 70s and 80s. It's a former football player, but like they would lay in shots on people. Like,
Okay.
he's a bad motherfucker. And he basically, kind of went through the tutelage and went under, his wing. And then they brought in guys like Mark Henry, who was like an Olympian. And they're like, again, Smiley, a USA gold medalist, power lifter. And they're like, yeah, you're not really connecting on that level. Let's make you an asshole.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, is that then the development started happening. So then Rock is just kind of this side character who's just like, I'm not the leader of this group. I'm just a part of it.
Yeah.
But then they start giving him, the guys, that whole thing is just like, this guy's handsome. Handsome guys are always dicks. Like they didn't know that they're handsome. Like you got to give him an edge. What can you do? He can talk. We know he can talk. We got to give him the words to say. And then he just starts cutting these promos and the eyebrow raise, which had just happened randomly. Yeah. Randomly during like a promo, they just like do the eyebrow raise. And they're like, "What the fuck was that? Do that all the time.
All
for the rest of the time."
No, that's you.
Yeah,
that's you.
And then they start putting titles on them, and it's just like, all right. And then when you get a title, you start getting clout, and then it's like, all right, now let's do the push. Now we're starting to kind of egg them on, and the crowd is eating it up.
Right.
Boo! But they're also like, I kind of love everything he says.
Yeah.
And then he starts saying, then the words that he pieces together, and it's just like, this guy's fucking great. Like, there's nothing I don't like about this guy.
Just, it doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay the smack down on your candy ass.
Yeah, just a lot of just really cool, very well scripted, just heel lines. Just like, it does not matter what your name is. In my presence, I do not give a shit.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Yeah, obviously you can't, because my shit doesn't stink. Like, it's just, but that's the whole thing. But then that's the problem. Well, that's not really the problem. That's really the, it's kind of the catch-22 in wrestling, is that a bad guy that's so good, people start liking him.
Right.
And then you're like, well, got to make him a good guy now. Like, he's people, we can't get him to, no, they won't boo the guy.
Right.
This guy could, we are in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This guy could say that he doesn't like the Bible and he hates Alabama football. They still cheer his ass. Like,
Yeah. Because he is that big.
Yeah.
And
this guy is unfuckwittable. Like, he's just, nothing is a problem.
And he managed to parlay that fame
into
a successful,
disgusting movie career as well.
Yeah. Now, but
just
what I'm wondering is,
it's the happening.
when did he stop becoming The Rock and start becoming Dwayne Johnson?
I think when he shaved his head. Like when he went like fully bald.
Okay.
It's just like, oh, The Rock can't be bald, but Dwayne can.
Yeah.
I think like 2010, like
think?
right when he started getting into like feature roles in films. Like, this movie is starring Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Because at first it was starring The Rock. Then it
Yeah.
was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
And then it just was Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. And it was just like, we know, we know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we know he's The Rock, a character you played in, in your silly wrestling game.
Right.
Now Dwayne Johnson's just the guy. But obviously The Rock is that's what brought him to the dance, though. Without The Rock, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a former college football player.
Yeah. On, where swag was created, the mighty Miami, University of Miami.
By the way, how much poon do you think he was slaying at the U?
Uncomfortable amounts?
Busloads of poon.
Yeah. Like, they get done after whipping up on Florida State, just beating that ass. And they're like, you know what? We beat you guys so bad, we're going to fuck your women, too. Yeah. You know what? We're going to fuck a lot of them. Yeah.
We're going to fuck them well, too.
Yeah. It's like...
really, really good.
What's that? The rap song, the 8th Floor Crew. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Just,
Yo, bitch.
Yeah,
Only knew.
Yeah. That's when like, your football team is like unbelievably culturally relevant when like the big, like, it's not even about how badly they beat somebody. It's about like how much swag they had when they beat you. Like,
Yes.
It's just like, oh yeah, they beat Florida State 48-24 today. Did you see the way that he clowned on that guy when he ran into the end zone? He was so far ahead of him. He started walking backwards for 10 yards and the guy still didn't get to him. Like, just like, all right.
He just decided to just take a leisurely stroll to the end zone. He just walked.
Did you notice that he's also wearing a gold chain right now on the outside of his jersey? Like,
He really is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, does not matter.
But yeah, like, I got to wonder, when did Dwayne Johnson, but can you say he actually broke kayfabe to be where he is now?
I don't think so. Like, he's always, the thing is, it's so weird. It's like that whole like character dynamic thing where it's just like method actors, like they just kind of always play the character. Certain guys can get out of their role. Daniel Day-Lewis was Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay, but then after that role is over, he's just back to Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
The Rock is Dwayne Johnson. Like, it is what it is. It is his thing.
Yeah.
Like, there is no, if you didn't, I mean, he's to the point now where if you just said, I'm here with Dwayne Johnson, he's not going to be like The Rock. Like,
no.
They'll be like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
He'll answer to either or.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting is if you watch like WrestleMania, for example, and
only
he's
The
there.
Rock. Yep. He's
there.
only referred to as The Rock because that's the wrestling character that he plays.
Yes. But what I find interesting is they'll show him in the ring and he might be talking to somebody, and at first he'll be, nicest guy in the world, Dwayne, and then somebody will say something, and then suddenly he just switches into he just switches at the drop of a hat to, it doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah, it's just like,
and it's like the quickest switch, and then you're like, oh shit. Is he gonna rock bottom somebody?
And sometimes he does.
And sometimes he does, yeah. So
yeah, that makes me
he's about to deliver the people's elbow.
Yeah.
It
the most
happen.
electrifying move in sports entertainment.
Yes.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
Knocking over luggage and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just he's his own. He does. It literally does not matter. It doesn't matter who I am. Like, I'm Dwayne. I'm The Rock. shit, you can just call me Johnson. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy he's Teflon. Like he
But
just
don't call him broke. Ow, ow.
yeah, he literally doesn't have to work another day in his life.
No.
But
He chooses to. He's up at 4 a.m.
He's
every
got
day.
contracts. Yeah, he's got going to the Iron Paradise. Yeah.
Let's be honest, though. You'd be working out
clanging-
that hard, too, though, if you had to
Yeah.
take your shirt off for some
clanging
movie.
and banging. Yeah.
Yeah.
His workouts too are no fucking joke, man.
Listen,
like
man.
this is just. He's like, I'm gonna do 150 pound like chest flies. I'm also gonna carry 150 pounds of chain link on my head.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Listen.
that seems stupid. That's 300 pounds worth of weight. It's just like, I'm the Rock though. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Developing his own tequila.
Yeah.
What can this man not do?
But now he's into the point now where it's just like it's not a risk anymore. Like he's just like, I've just always liked tequila, so I just want to have my own.
Yeah.
So I don't go to the store and be like, hey, I'll give me a bottle of that other guy's tequila. Like he'll just be like, I have it always,
Yeah.
but I also want to sell it because money is cool also.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's just great. Like, think about
my
this. Like,
aircraft is getting a little old. I'd like to buy another one.
Yes. But think about it, though. You're going to be in a movie, in an action movie in China. You're going to be taking off your shirt, and this movie is guaranteed to do $1 billion in China alone.
Yeah, that's before the American release.
Yeah. Are you exercising?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
every day.
Every
Dude, I
damn
won't
day.
sleep.
No. I'm up at 4 a.m.
I'm up at 2 a.m.
Yep. And I'm working out. And I'm gonna have my personal chef prepare me multiple healthy meals.
Lots and lots of whitefish. A lot of white fish, no grains,
Nope.
a lot of vegetables.
Vegetables and fish.
That's all he eats.
That's it. And my chef goes with me everywhere.
He eats. I read you can pull it up. I think the Rock
Yeah.
diet. He eats like 10 pounds of fish a day, something
Yeah.
like that.
And vegetables.
Yeah, they made the bold statement that like he could kill a species of fish if he just decided to eat that one fish for a long time. Just like based on Dwayne the Rock Johnson's diet, he could murder the marlin population. Like,
Salmon could go extinct in the next 5 years
Yeah.
if that's what he focused
yeah.
on.
Dwayne Johnson eats so much white cod that Boston fishermen are being like, "Who the fuck is this guy think he is?"
But yeah, that's all this
Yeah.
guy eats.
There's a boat of disgruntled massholes coming back, being like, "You trying to tell me this whole haul is for Dwayne Johnson? Like this is 24 pounds of fish," and they're just like, "That's for just this week." And he's just like, "Get the
this
fuck
week.
out of here!" Like,
Yeah, he's gonna eat that in the next like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm curious. Like that's. To be a fly on the wall during a Dwayne Johnson post-workout meal, like I just want to see what it looks like.
well, you've seen his like Saturday cheat meals, right? On the gram.
the sushi train,
Legendary.
the cookies,
Yeah.
And those cheat meals are ridiculous. Like he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get on the sushi train." It's like that's not a fucking sushi train. That is a goddamn yacht.
Yeah.
That was a yacht of fucking sushi.
Like he's gonna eat.
I once counted every piece of sushi. I pulled this up. I was like, I showed it to my girlfriend. I said, "That is so much sushi."
This man's
said-
gonna eat
I said, that is-
48 individual sushi
I said,
rolls.
"That is." I said, "I'm almost positive some sushi houses don't even roll out that much sushi in one night." I counted. There was 140 pieces of sushi on one plate.
Wow.
140. And I was like, he's gonna eat every single one of them.
Yeah.
And he's going to eat 10 cookies afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, watching a Netflix documentary on a laptop, you've got a big-ass TV in a theater room, Dwayne. Watch it in there.
Well, he doesn't want to get those chairs dirty.
I don't get it. No, I get it. It's probably just for, like, the gram. But, like, just for the photo, every time he eats an alarming amount of sushi.
And
then
he watches
eats
like some documentary on Netflix about Mr. Rogers or some shit.
Or
Yeah.
like Edward Snowden. And it's just
Yeah.
like, and he's just like, I'm just going to sit here and eat like 1,000 cookies. But like, but
And they're
it's-
big fucking cookies.
humongous, yeah.
He'll sandwich 2 of them together with peanut butter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's a real man. And then but the thing is like
And then he washes it all down with tequila.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, it's like to make the photo, he's like eating these cookies. Like he's got them perfectly displayed on a plate, circle style.
Yep.
For presentation. With a laptop with the documentary that he's going to watch. When you know goddamn right, 2 doors down from him, he has a 8-seat theater room. I'm only saying 8 seats because I don't know how big it is. It could be 16 seats. He could have a fucking 100-seat theater. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But you know he does. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't, Dwayne, get yourself a theater. Mm-hmm. You deserve it. Okay? You honestly should be going out and watching like you should be watching pitch movies on that theater. Yeah, you know what? I think I'd like to do the project. Come to my house. Like, come to my theater.
Come over.
Yeah. Oh, the agency's going to show it? Why don't you come to my house?
Come to my house. Come over.
Why don't you come live how I live? You want some sushi?
Broke motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then he just brings out a giant trough of sushi. This is mine.
Yeah. Don't you look at it. This is my sushi. Yeah. All right. Well, we always get down that Dwayne Johnson rabbit hole. It just seems like it just grabs a hold of me. I don't know what
we
it
just
is.
talk about pro wrestling.
Yeah, well.
But I'm gonna be honest, my mouth hurts, so I'm ready to put
I was
a
gonna
pin
say
in this.
you look sheepy.
Yeah.
This is kind of an abbreviated episode. I mean, you're half comatose based on surgery.
Yeah.
I did my civil duty yesterday as a goddamn red-blooded American.
Uh-huh.
So what I did was I counted votes for county elections in our state. Now, there's a certain place in hell for people that ballot incorrectly, and our state really screwed the pooch on balloting this year.
Okay.
So it took me like way longer than it should. So like I'll give you a quick little sample, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Just to be, it was a voluntary thing. I put it down. It makes me feel good, regardless. I was counting towns that had 7 votes in them.
Wow.
7.
Because nobody votes in midterm elections.
Not even that. Just the town. There's like 194 people. Population 190. Like we're literally like the mode of transportation in that town is a tractor. Mm-hmm. Like, and it might be a John Deere like riding mower tractor.
And 7 people voted.
7 people voted. Took them like 4 fucking hours to like get it to me, and it's just like, dude, I can see them across the room. Like, there's Daryl, Steve, Joyce, Joyce, the fucking town soup, who like always makes that phenomenal apple pie. Everybody know who the fuck Joyce is? There's 100 people in this town. Everybody knows who the fuck Joyce is.
The only people that voted are the people that are running and their spouses.
Yeah, basically. Joyce, who happens to be the married to the incumbent comptroller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boys, I'm also not expecting you to know anything about midterm elections. If you didn't vote, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what a comptroller did until yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to comptrol, but it seems like it involves a lot. It seems like it involves him having an upgrade on his vehicle. That's what I've kind of
Yeah.
It's like this guy seems like he's toiling around with a lot of the county's money.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, Jerry was driving a Toyota Camry yesterday, and now he's got an S-Class Mercedes, so I have questions.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah. I got to say, I love my government, nice and sticky. Like, I like a good government conflict just as much as the next guy.
Of course.
Because there's nothing more exciting than when Trump gets questioned about something and deflects. Like, it's my favorite part of the political landscape. Uh-huh. How can you explain, your taxes? Great taxes. Fantastic.
Impeccable record.
Impeccable return. Maybe one of the best ever. So many zeros. Billions and billions and billions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is anybody not aware of how many billions? They have the records. Go ahead and look at them.
Yeah,
they're great, impeccable.
And then
billions and billions.
Yeah, and then next day in the news, New York grand jury has basically subpoenaed the Trump organization to release the returns.
Yeah,
he still has not released any tax returns.
I don't know. I can't find them.
Yeah,
they're somewhere. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, they're great though. Wonder. Great returns. One of the best I've ever seen.
Great returns. Impeccable, spotless returns.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the jousting and adjectives.
And still refuses to release his tax returns.
Never will.
he probably won't. He's going to drag, because he's essentially at this point he's let it go on to a legal battle, which is going to take years for that shit to finally sort itself out.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, it's going to be either you have to release your returns or not.
Yeah. Or you don't.
And by the time he does, because inevitably. So anyway, inevitably, eventually he's going to have to release his returns because he became president. And by the time he does, he probably won't be president anymore.
Yeah. My thing is like there's the old adage of there's two things that are for sure in this world, death and taxes. I like to add a third thing. It's death, taxes, and Trump evading taxes.
Right.
That is like a for sure thing that's going to happen. It just is. Mm-hmm. Most businessmen have some, you got to be a little, I wouldn't say tricky with your taxes. You got to be smart.
Not
wink, smart.
Honestly,
I got a guy who knows a guy who happens to not be in the United States. I'm not saying who.
Honestly, though, that's kind of okay. If you run a multinational, massive corporation, you're gonna figure out ways to pay less money in taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no coincidence that you have a lot of U.S. companies that are headquartered in Delaware because there's no state
taxes.
Yeah, there's no state taxes. Delaware, Florida, no state taxes.
How the fuck does anybody get away with that shit?
Yeah, that's why.
I kind of want to move to Delaware.
Yeah.
I've driven through it once. It's okay.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why a lot of international corporations, for some reason, are headquartered in Scotland. No taxes.
Yeah, I think they should change the. I
think it's Scotland.
I thought it was Switzerland.
No, they have taxes, but it's different.
Okay,
but I think it's Scotland. But yeah, like there's a reason why they do this shit. But
Scotland. Huh.
Your average run of the mill businessman, he is basically like, I got an accountant, I got a bookkeeper, and keep this shit straight,
clean this up.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody asked, it's fine.
Yep, I'm paying my estimated tax returns.
And that's it.
I'm paying the estimated. I file at the end of the year. Let's keep it straight.
Quick aside, because we were just talking about Delaware, and because they don't have any state taxes, I've driven through Delaware, and I want to make a pitch to state government there that they should change the state slogan from Delaware, the first state, to Delaware, the most okayest state. Like, if anybody, pick a landmark in Delaware.
Okay.
You got one?
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, what?
Dewey Beach.
Okay.
I actually enjoy it.
Okay.
It's nice.
Anything else?
Right?
That's
it. Really?
That's it.
Rehoboth Beach.
It's okay.
I'd rather go with Dewey.
Yeah. Delaware. It's okay.
Yeah.
No taxes.
No taxes. That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of places are headquartered there because, no taxes.
Delaware, the nation's okayest state.
Yep.
Delaware. It's okay. That's the thing. Is but every other state in the Northeast, you kind of get like Jersey, Garden, they just got a bunch of fruit and shit.
Yeah, and corruption.
Yeah.
A lot of corruption.
Northeast, Northeast, man, shady fucking people.
Yeah.
All the cities, just, New York, I mean, everyone just back end deals, Wall Street,
What has it been though? I think it's every governor of New Jersey has been involved in some sort of corruption scandal.
Yeah, even Christie was. Yeah, Philly, just I know, a couple South Philly especially, hardworking but also kind of crooked, weird guys that just kind of you come to Philadelphia, get a cheesesteak and get some heroin. Just kind of it is. Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Watch an episode of The Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better come at the king. You better not miss. Yeah.
DC's rough.
DC, DC
is
the south
rough.
end of DC is fucking scary.
Yeah.
Once
you get away from Capitol Hill.
Yeah, I took a wrong turn out of the Capital District of DC, and when I was going down, and I was just like, I got to get a highway quick, man.
Yeah. That shit gets rough.
It gets fucking
fast.
dangerously fast. It's quick. It's just like, hey, this is not where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
Nobody realizes that it's our nation's capital. It's like one of the most crime-riddled regions of the entire world. I mean, it's DC's top 5 every year in crime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even close. Like, it's just, they had more crime one year than New York City, I read.
Yes.
And it's like, you'd think New York with all of those people.
Yeah, no. Well,
Baltimore,
gentrification is a thing, though. Man.
Oh, yeah.
DC's changed a lot over the years.
Chicago, too. Chicago's like that.
Yeah.
Gentrification is big deal in Chicago.
Yeah. We'll just push them all to the south side.
Yeah,
we got a bean.
Yeah. We put in a Starbucks. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, kids. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, that's how you know gentrification's coming, though.
It's coming here, too. I mean, shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's coming everywhere.
You notice with Syracuse, like, every year, things get pushed out of downtown more and more.
I noticed that
every year.
It seems like it's just far enough away where it's like not in. It's no longer metro. It's like it's just outside.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anywho,
well, you notice even like as you go down Salina Street, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Heading south, okay. You always have that strip where I believe it was probably the corner. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe it was the corner of what, like Salina and Jefferson? I think.
Sure. Well, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Not that long ago.
It doesn't really matter. Nobody knows where this is.
Yeah, literally an open air drug market. Like
essentially, yeah.
Just a year ago.
Jefferson, you're right.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
An open air drug market just a year ago.
You could see it.
Now, if you notice, every day they have a cop parked on the corner.
I did notice that.
Yes.
I was at that stoplight 3 days ago.
Right by I believe that's the Landmark Theater.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I was there.
Every day they have a cop at that corner.
Chilling.
Why is that cop there?
They're
cleaning up that corner.
Just patrolling.
Yeah. But specifically there.
I'm curious about what is going to change because in that area alone, there's a lot of like urban outfitting stores. Like there's a lot of they're playing to the crowd. So there's not a lot of, but then they threw in like a kind of like lower upscale restaurant with like a speakeasy, like right there.
Yep, they threw that in right there.
And people,
you've got a local chain like cafe there with a certain vibe to it, mostly white. You got some construction projects going on over there.
Just a bunch of white girls eating grain bowls.
Pretty much. You've got you've got some construction projects going in there that you can tell are meant to revitalize the city. By the way, whenever they say revitalize,
gentrification.
Yeah,
we know what the fuck that means.
And it seems like it's moved.
I just want politics to look at me in the eye and just say something on the nose.
Listen.
But it's never going to happen, so I just need to stop dreaming.
Our plan is rent is going to double in the next 5 years.
Oh, my God. Are you serious? Because that sounds like it's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And it did happen down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Hell, down there, like, you're not touching an apartment for less than... a one-bedroom apartment for less than $1,200 a month.
Which is, considering that a one-bedroom apartment is like 10 times the size of a New York City apartment.
Is actually a deal. But
yeah, exactly.
when you look at the rest of the area, a one-bedroom apartment is going for what? Depending on where you are, I would say average is about what? $800-900 a
Yeah, $850, $900.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
Is my car starting up again? So, yeah. But you figure in that area, you're not touching anything for less than that.
No.
But prior to everything that changed in the last 10 years, rent was half that in that area.
I remember the first apartment that I rented just fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like, I could not believe how irresponsibly priced it was. Like,
how much was it?
I split it with two people. It was $600 between three of us. I paid $200.
Wow, $600 a month.
$600 a month.
Wow.
Not my
Wow.
old place, but like my first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
$600. Where was this in Syracuse?
No.
Oh,
No.
this is up north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Irresponsibly priced.
$600 a month.
Yeah, it was basically a pit. So the way it was is I lived with. It was my fraternity house. We split.
Yeah.
We split the rent in between both sides of the house. We technically had two addresses.
Yeah.
So the house in total was like $1,200. You did 3 splits of 3. So we paid $600, and they paid $600. Boom, $1,200.
Wow.
So it's technically one whole house. $1,200.
For an entire house.
Correct.
It was a big house too.
I paid $200.
Wow.
Yeah, no, irresponsible, right?
Yeah.
It's goddamn irresponsible.
Right.
Even
And
when I gave the guy the check, I paid him the entire year's rent up front.
Yeah. Of course you did.
I was just like, here you go, man. Like, you're basic. Like, are you sure you don't want to charge more? Like,
Yeah.
I have more. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give it to you now, but like, you know,
I got it.
yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. This is my drug money now. Thank you. Like, just, thank you.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
$600 a month.
Bananas. Yep. I know.
Wow.
Cool, right?
I mean, you're not going to find a house that size for that much.
Never.
a month. No.
Never again.
No. Never will.
Never again.
I mean, especially now though, in certain parts of the city, you're not touching an apartment for less than
I think $1,200 is a good estimate.
for a 1 bedroom. Yeah, $1,200
I was
a month.
paying that. Paying
Yeah.
a sixth of that. That's fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool beans. There's some boys logic.
Yeah.
Small towns, baby. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Stick with
Not
small-
really.
Man, I didn't.
Not really. You got your perks. I mean, but at the same time, though, you do see these people that are living in bigger cities. I mean, you know, my sister, for example, shouts out, living in Brooklyn. You know, her rent is more than my mortgage with taxes.
I know, and you got a big ass house, so
Yeah. So, hey.
you know,
All right,
the,
boys.
well, the bank owns your house, but regardless, you know,
You know.
yeah, I got enough space. I like my house. I mean,
Yeah.
I know the bank, you know, owns it, but still, yeah, the amount I'm paying in mortgage and taxes is like, it's less than any 1 bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just got to mow my own lawn. Oh, what a drag.
Oh, God. Oh. All right, boys, let's cut it.
Hey, did you see that Jeff got a new 0-turn mower over there? Yeah, I got a new snowplow. I decided I was going to push all that snow into his front yard, that bag of shit.
Fucking Jeff.
Yeah. Daughter came outside the other day, was yelling at me, saying, "Hey, stop blowing the snow over here." I was like, "Tell your dad to stop being such a bag of shit," and I will. All right. Boys, good night. Stay warm.
Stay hydrated, boys.
Also for our California boys,
California boys, we're undeniable.
Yep. Stay safe out there. It seems like the wildfires have been tamed for the time being, but you know, word up to you. There was a plenty of donation outlets to go to and you know help them boys out. But we bend them boys, and we will see you next week for some wine and some general tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some,
Yeah.
you know, more hood rat shit with my friends.
Slaughter gang shit, some hood rat shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, some hard dick flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But otherwise, next week, be there. Bye.
I love you. Please call me back.